It's worse when we're talking about or hearing speculation about you fighting somebody that literally fights 3 weight divisions lower than you.
Very excited. You know, this is the biggest fight of my career, if it happened, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Crawford?
Yeah.
I think Canelo just too big for Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford is another, amazing fighter.
StephenASmith issued a stern warning to Terence Crawford during a live interview, voicing strong disapproval of his potential fight with Canelo Alvarez. Smith stated that he hates this matchup and believes it's a disastrous idea. According to him, Crawford is 3 weight classes below Canelo and simply too undersized to compete effectively. He urged Crawford to reconsider, warning that the size and power difference could pose serious danger.
Reaction to the idea of Crawford versus Canelo?
I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I think that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think that Canelo is one of those folks. But Canelo is fighting at 168, which means he's walking around heavier.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who fought Canelo in 2016, also issued a serious caution to Crawford. Khan admitted he underestimated the weight difference and described Canelo as a beast in the ring. He now fully understands the critical importance of weight classes.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast, and when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career then as well. So. Whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. So we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well. But one thing, sizes. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like. It's a lot of money, I thought about it. What made me when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil. I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally, I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you rather do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro. Remember, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better.
Boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. didn't hesitate to share his opinion. Crawford should absolutely not fight Canelo at 168 lbs, predicting he would get knocked out. Chavez acknowledged Crawford's talent, but firmly believes that in the super middleweight division, Canelo is simply too strong and powerful. Coming from someone with decades of boxing experience, his warning carries significant weight.
Dinero y Canelo lo van a odiar.
The two fighters are going to be different weight classes, even though they're going to fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is going to knock him out.
Despite the criticism, Crawford remains confident. He has publicly stated that he's faced opponents bigger than Canelo before and believes his superior skills will prevail. According to Crawford, Canelo's only advantage is his size, not his technique. This self-belief is what endears him to many fans. He's never backed down from a challenge and always trusts in his ability to win. However, many experts argue that facing Canelo at 168 lbs could be an entirely different level of challenge.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev
was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Speaking live, Smith reiterated his strong warning. Crawford is far too small. He highlighted that Crawford would need to move up 3 full weight classes to meet Canelo. a leap that history rarely favors. Despite Crawford's skill set, Smith believes the size gap could be genuinely dangerous. He needs to let it go, Smith stated bluntly, adding that even if Crawford lands clean shots, he might still fail to hurt Canelo.
Tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3, and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Renowned coach Joel Diaz didn't hold back either, calling the idea of Crawford beating Canelo stupid. He emphasized the massive size difference and pointed out that Canelo has defeated elite-level super middleweights and even light heavyweights. From a trainer's viewpoint, Diaz sees this matchup as a total mismatch, one that likely wouldn't end well for Crawford.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terrence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Sean Garcia echoed similar views, acknowledging that while Crawford is an exceptional boxer, Canelo's experience and physicality present an almost unbeatable challenge. No matter how good Crawford is, Canelo is just too big, Garcia remarked. StephenASmith, while recognizing Crawford's elite skill set and historic success at welterweight, posed a crucial question: can he even hurt Canelo? Smith suggested that even if Crawford performs technically well, it may not matter if he lacks the punching power to make Canelo respect him. Without that, Crawford could be walking into a punishing battle.
You know what, I think my initial reaction would be to say that I think that Crawford would be the superior boxer, as great as Canelo is, as seasoned as he is, with 65 fights, if I recall, on his record. I think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, he can't keep him off of him. He says it's a legacy fight. He believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Alvarez, which is why we haven't really seen him in the ring against anybody else. Fortunately, that's the business of boxing. He's a victim of it, not a villain.
Promoter Eddie Hearn labeled the matchup a freak fight. While he expressed respect for both fighters, he warned that the size gap turns the bout into more of a spectacle than a genuine contest. Hearn noted that even if Crawford performs impressively, the public may not give him due credit because of the glaring size mismatch. Conversely, if Canelo wins, many may dismiss the victory as something he was always expected to achieve.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement if you're Terence Crawford in that fight. The last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Trainer Robert Garcia offered a different perspective, stating that many fans don't even want this fight. He believes the boxing community would much rather see Crawford face someone closer to his size, either at 154 or 160 lbs. According to Garcia, this matchup feels forced and lacks the natural competitiveness that defines truly great fights.
I want to see Crawford versus Canelo. I think people are going to, oh, that's too much, moving up 2 more weight divisions, 2 more. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think that'll bring that much attention anymore, because I think if you were going out there and destroy this guy, then okay, he can move up and fight against Canelo, but I think it'll be hard for people to buy that, that he could fight somebody like Canelo, because Canelo's just too big. That's 2 weight divisions.
Boxing analyst Showbiz. The adult shared a chilling take, recalling the raw sound and power of Canelo's punches up close. He expressed serious doubt that Crawford could withstand that level of force. Despite Crawford's skill and resilience, Showbiz emphasized that the kind of punch resistance required at 168 lbs is vastly different from 147. One clean shot from Canelo, he warned, could change everything.
Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford.
Yeah, got Canelo. Yeah. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he could do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tested.
Pay the bill. That's why Canelo's good for me.
Check out the projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50-50. Another one says Canelo Alvarez is the favorite, -185. Crawford is the underdog, only +55. Let me tell you something. If those are the odds on my bookie come day one, I'm max betting Canelo Alvarez. I could give a damn. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all think it's 50-50? I'ma empty my account on Canelo Alvarez. I don't have to bet KO, none of that shit. If y'all think it's that close, I'ma empty my account. $30,000, I can give a shit. I'm about to come up. I was gonna bet on Crawford thinking he'd be the huge underdog. Y'all got it that narrow?
In a back-and-forth discussion with veteran boxing journalist Dan Rafael, StephenASmith again questioned Crawford's chances. Rafael, however, argued that Crawford wouldn't accept this fight for a mere payday. He'd come to win, even. So Rafael conceded that it would be an enormous challenge, and for Crawford to stand any real chance, he'd have to fight a near-perfect bout.
I think Terrence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember StephenA, all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hyped about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round 1, or there might have been some much more trouble. StephenA, that was 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terrence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terrence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov's people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terrence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think, really tried.
Former super middleweight champion Carl Froch criticized the potential bout, saying it wouldn't be a competitive fight. Froch believes the size and strength difference is simply too large, and that Crawford won't be able to match up against someone with Canelo's physical presence. He cautioned fans not to expect an epic showdown, warning that many may walk away disappointed.
Las Vegas. Now that is a fight that I'm expecting to be very good. I think it's going to be tough for Crawford. He's not big enough, I don't think. He's just not got that size. Don't get me wrong, he'll stack some pounds on and he'll grow. He's obviously bigger than his fight weight, but Canelo Alvarez has been up at light heavyweight. I know he's been up at light heavyweight. He beat Kovalev, and then he's dropped back down now to super middle because he's probably not big enough for light heavyweight. Lost to Bivol, and he's probably realised actually that's probably a step too far. But Terence Crawford, was he 147 pound, one of the best to do it in the business. But to come up, we know what it's like when people come up from welterweight and try and succeed a couple of weight divisions above their weight. It's tough, it's difficult.
Despite all the criticism and concern, Terence Crawford still wants the fight. Many fans stand behind him, inspired by the pursuit of greatness and the thrill of challenge. Crawford has always dared to be bold, and for him, this fight could be legacy-defining. If he manages to pull off the impossible, it would mark a historic achievement. It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario that has captured the imagination of boxing fans around the world.
I just feel if Terence Crawford's going to have a fight again, and I look at the options on the table, there's no one he wants to fight 154 pounds. There isn't. He doesn't want to fight Fundora. He's not going to fight Virgil Ortiz. He's not going to fight Boychuk. These aren't sexy names. These are just not names that even gets out for a jog for. The only name he wants to fight is Canelo. So for me, I feel like I'm more closer to Crawford fighting than Crawford not fighting. And if Crawford's going to fight, then it has to be Canelo. But look, we'll see. That's a dream one for me. I think I said that on my wish list for 2025. I said Crawford, Canelo. I think all the others will come true. I just want this one to come true. It's a crazy fight. There's almost too much weight between the two, but I agree. Hey, this is boxing.
Heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua offered an optimistic outlook. While he acknowledged the significant size difference, he emphasized that what truly matters is who wants it more. In his view, if Crawford is motivated, focused, and trains the right way, he could still shock the world. Crawford has a point to prove, and that kind of motivation can fuel a performance beyond all expectations.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the catchweight stuff, but I feel like there's no rehydration clause, is there? No, so that would be good. And then I feel like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. showed us that weight is good. Like, there are weight categories for a reason, but you know, providing they're both skilled and talented, there's not much difference in weight. It's just who wants to win. And watching that fight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank just showcased that weight is, it's all about that. You know, so I'm looking forward to the Crawford and Canelo fight because I feel like Bud wants to like prove a point. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be a good fight. Bud was just over there a second ago, calling him Bud like I know him. But Terence Crawford was just over there, to be fair.